may have to move off of this table. Anyway, shake.
You're all right. No, it's my computer now. My computer is not wanting to work going frontwards. There we go.
Sounds like we got a plan then.
Okay. Let's get ready to come up. Hold on 2 seconds. We're going to call this meeting to order. 6:44 p.m. Roll call. Oh, I didn't even put, I guess I messed up and forgot to put you on here, Seth. So Seth DeLong. Mike Circland. Here. Jessica Kramer. Here. Lisa Brewer. Here. And Craig Keister is not here this evening. All right, let's stand for a pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. The meeting is being recorded. Anyone who speaks is given permission to be recorded, posted to our YouTube channel and Township website once it's completed. Virtual participation is not monitored, so you can virtually watch the meeting, but if you need or want to speak, it must be in person. All right. Check and check. Okay, we're going to skip down to the Master Gardeners since they're already here, and since we've already heard it. What they are proposing, and I'll just say it since we have it on camera now here, is that they are proposing a teaching garden out at Station 2. We are just trying to figure out, you know, if there's, I guess my thing is if there's any way to meter the water that they use or whatever to be able to figure out, you know, how much we're going to use.
And we can do that thereby, and we'll figure out a plan to do that, the best way to do that, because right now, as stated in previous meeting, there's no outside hydrant, and there will be, I mean, we got water out there, and we'll figure out a way to get that done, and that way they can have it and stuff.
I thought there were outside hydrants.
There's a fire hydrant sitting on the corner, but I'm saying just like a regular,
Yeah, they fire.
And I talked to Jessica about a little bit that, you know, this could be a temporary thing to get started. And then, okay, maybe in the following year, okay, we'll look at maybe we'll get a hydrant out closer to that, you know, try to improve on it. You know, we'll see how things go at first and see what we can do and then go from there. But no, we'll look at improvements to go farther with it on that there. And then, you know, make sure we, you know, we work with this to get parking and, you know, add some rock to it and stuff like that. Because there's funds available through the township and stuff here that we can make do and on that there to help out on that there. And even maybe looking at a shed or something like that to help store stuff. And we do have security out there, cameras out there currently.
Mm-hmm.
So we may add a camera to shine over that way to help with security and stuff. And we have very good neighbors out there that's always worked with us and everything on stuff. So I'm sure we can get things worked out as far as the fire department's end of it and things like that.
They do carry liability insurance, as you heard previously. It is $1 million, I believe you said $1 million policy. Obviously, this wouldn't be, I can't see this going anywhere near that. But I guess any questions that you guys had, I had a post-it note I like the water. Are we going to charge them for water or
Well-
just more to keep it separate to know?
No, that's being.
Okay.
Yeah, because right now, we're at minimum out there, it's like $29 and some change.
See, we use your.
Right. I just wanted, I didn't understand the logic.
Yeah, and it gets kind of touchy because we can't really give water away.
Right.
Like, we as a fire department, I have no problem filling snow pools, because me, it's training for me and my guys. But we as fire department cannot give water to infill pool. So, it gets kind of sticky, that's why I don't want to give away water. That makes sense.
No, it's fine.
We don't care,
I just
but-
wanted to make sure.
That is the thing of the meter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stick around there and go. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, that, giving away water is, over the years, has been a very touchy
Yeah.
situation.
Because we get free water as a fire department.
Right.
Yes. Moving on.
Now, obviously, a few of the things that we have not done yet, because we didn't have a location, we didn't have a
Right.
site. So we don't have a budget prepared.
Right.
We don't have, we have a design, but we don't have a design to show you because we need to look at the property. and see
Right. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so once we have a location
Yeah,
and we looked at the site, we can figure out exactly, how we want to lay out the initial project, okay? With the hope that, it would be expanded again
right.
in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how we need to go from here. As soon as, okay, and the other thing is, we feel fairly certain that, we can get grants to help do this.
Uh-huh.
I mean, our little group is not wealthy, we don't have a lot of money to throw around.
Correct.
But with volunteers and people donating things and with grants, I think we'll be all right. But again, we have not sat down and figured it all out. If we put a fence around it, how much is that fencing gonna cost, okay? If we have to run, water hose, what's that gonna cost? So we have not done any of this yet because we have a location.
Correct. And that totally makes sense. I mean, I completely understand that too. Yeah, so that, the giving of water, that's the biggest subject, honestly, I feel like. From the township perspective, I think it's a phenomenal idea. When she approached me, I'm like, what can go wrong? I can't see a whole lot going wrong with a garden. I think it could turn into a lot more. I could see it growing over the years. I would love to see that. Just after talking with, and I have I swear it was here. I don't know what I did with it. I'm sure I stuck it somewhere and it's in a file. I have it today. But like I said, it's like in central Indiana, it's up by Indy. It's where they've got this huge teaching garden. And I mean, I can give you their website. You can look at it. It's incredible. They've got people that are, they go out there and sit and read. They've got people that have bought hammocks and purchased hammocks and put hammocks out there that like very nice, like not like metal, very nice hammocks. They go out there and sit. They've got a walking path now. They've had Eagle Scouts do all kinds of projects. They've got a building. They've got kids from the art school that have painted the outside of the building similar to like the park, how it's painted and stuff. They've got flowers and butterflies and all kinds of stuff. They've got sculptures that are going in. I mean, it's gone huge. I think what we're looking at and what they're looking at is very basic to start off with. See how it goes. Do you guys have any questions, I guess, for them? And then in regards to that.
So I think it sounds like a great idea.
I think so too. I think it sounds like a phenomenal idea. So do we want to go ahead and vote for them to go ahead and start working and looking at the ground and, seeing what they can come up with? Obviously, they'll have to come back to us with kind of a plan of some sort. But
I'll make a motion that we allow the master gardeners to start looking at the plans and land to start a project of the gardens, social gardens or the community gardens.
Second that motion.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Check, check.
We'll be in touch.
All right.
Absolutely, you've got my number.
Oh, do I? How about I grab hold of these?
Oh, yeah, probably so. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
We'll be in touch.
All righty.
Are there other people who would want this information?
I do have one other board member, he's not here tonight, but yes, I will give that to him as well. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, next on our agenda, approval of minutes from February 16, 2026. Does anyone have any questions or comments in regards to those meeting minutes?
I don't know.
All right, can I get a motion?
Yeah, I'll motion to approve the meeting minutes from January 7th.
All right,
I'll second it.
I'll pass these down to you guys.
All in favor?
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I'm so glad you're sitting beside me today. Goodness gracious. I know, 2-0. All right. Okay, update on the upstairs renovation. Let me start by saying that we did just open bids. We had 2 bids come in. We did put this out there. It's been out there on the job board. I don't exactly remember the name of it. I'll be very honest. I'm not the construction person here. This is way above my pay grade anymore. I did put a copy of the legal notice. It's been in the paper. It's been online. It was sent to both of these. These both had contacted the architect for designs, for plans of that. So we started with that. We are still waiting on the variance for the bathroom, for it not to be handicap accessible. We had to do a variance. I don't
have to be handicapped
because we
don't
have an elevator or anything. They'd have to go up the stairs, and we can't hire a fireman that's not physically capable.
Right, that's
So that's kind of why, but we have to go through the process just like anyone else, any other, to show them. So we had to pay a little bit additional for that. We did that. It's been going through. We're just waiting on that. And then once that's approved, I talked to the architect today. He feels very certain that should be done within the week. And then both of these, all the paperwork and everything, the bid, it all specifically said that they have to be like ready to go within a couple weeks of the state giving us approval. Jason feels very confident that we should have that approval within a week of the variance going through. He was, like I said, checking on the variance today to see whether or not it's going to go through or not. So, with that being said, we had 2 bids come in. One from Empire was $289,000, and the one from KM was $229,000. Yeah, $229,000. So those are the 2 bids. We did go ahead and the territory board did vote to accept the bid from KM. So now what we need to do is the additional appropriation for the upstairs, which is spending our cash essentially.
I
We,
just wanted to ask, do we have, any contingency accounted for change orders or?
so
I'm
we-
sure at some point they will.
we have gone through everything with them. We gave them, oh my God, it was, I apologize. I just recommended 2 meetings in one night. With the words territory and township right there, it's like, oh my gosh, here we go. Well, I'm sweating over here, so, we have gone through everything that we originally had in the design. Mike went through, we have taken things out, we've eliminated windows, ceilings in a storage room, different things. We eliminated the kitchen island, which I really don't want to eliminate, but still looking around a way for to have that kitchen island because I really like it and I think it would be utilized. But it can come in phase 2. So
I told Jessica.
there can always be phase 2.
Edit when more funds come available, and we
Phase 2.
Yes.
phase 2.
Phase 2, so
Whatever, we can always, we get the basics in.
I'm gonna do this 3 or 4 times, Mikey.
We'll upgrade.
Well, phase 2 is gonna be expensive too, don't worry about it.
I know.
I got ideas.
Oh, we do have
I always
ideas.
have ideas.
So anyhow, just let you know, this is not cut and dry.
Yeah, so we've gone through all of that. I am sure there are going to be things that come up. There is no doubt. If you take a look at our budget, you will see, and
I have, listen,
I'll give you another copy tomorrow. This is our budget as of today. We've used 7% of our budget for the year, as of right now. We are very much on a spending freeze because we don't get our first big tax draw until sometime in the middle of June. Last year, it was towards the end of June, so my thing is we have to live until July on 200 and, what's this thing? 239? Yeah, so we're looking at 200,000 is what we're wanting to do an additional appropriation for. And then that other money will have to come out of our budget. It's going to have to, because the 200 will come from cash funds, and then the 29,000 would come from our budget. It's going to have to come to be that way because we can't go any more than 200.
expensive and.
You're good.
How it is, we've been told how to pay out.
Yes, and that's the other thing. So let's say, tomorrow's April 1st. Let's say they get started by, let's say 2 weeks from, let's just say April 15th or something they start. That's 2 weeks from tomorrow. Let's say they start April 15th and they will bill us monthly for what is done. So if there is only 25% of the work done, we will be billed for 25% of the work. Then they will get paid for that 25% of the work. So we're not writing a $200,000 check. More than likely, this probably won't even be paid for before we get. I mean,
Projected timeline?
originally, we had thought somewhere between 6 to 8 weeks. I think it's probably around 6 to 8 weeks still. KM is currently doing multiple projects, very local. Patoka Township Fire Department is being renovated. They are finishing up there, the animal shelter in Houston County. So we would be added to the list. So they're going to be able to send guys that are available from those different places to here. And we're gonna move one of our fire trucks out to Station 2, and then they'll have like this whole bay to be able to move their stuff in, and they can work, And Mike has told them they can work day, night, whatever, like
Their payment terms net 30, I assume, if that's the case, we may only pay them once regardless before the middle of June.
Well, and that, they said it would be monthly, so if they start, if they start in the middle of April, I'm not looking for a bill to probably come till the middle to the end of May. And then after that, we still have 30 days to pay, so I don't think we're going to be in any kind of, but I have literally put there is no spending. No one is spending money.
Unless absolute necessity.
Yeah.
We have to review everything just to make sure where we're at, so we're very on top of our finances.
And not only do you guys have to approve it, but we still have to take it back to the DLGF. They have to approve that as well. If they don't approve it, we will have to come back to you guys and say, okay, we're gonna have to they'll only approve us for this much. Now we're gonna have to take this much from our budget.
You're talking additional appropriation.
Yes, yeah, the additional appropriation, that had to be put in the paper, everything. You don't put it in the paper now. Now you have to put it on their website. It's all done electronically. They switched it, very beginning of this year. The DLGF did. So I went through that training, what was that? February the 18th, is when I did that training. The DLGF. So, and it's, I've spoken with our local representative, as well in regards to it. And the problem is with this being a new site, I can't see whether there's like a notes section or anything to like explain to that we're not gonna be just writing this $200,000 check tomorrow, or, like April 2nd. Like, I don't think we're going to be in any trouble because this money is going to come probably prior to us, even if, maybe writing one check, but I can't see them even being halfway done to be able to have to pay that for that. I pay bills as they're due, like even the bills I paid today, a lot of them weren't due until April 15th, April 23rd, late April. But when they come, we pay. Like, we've never had to ever watch our finances to that extent. We're watching them with a very fine-tooth comb. So, yeah, so that is, I guess, where I'm at where we're at with the upstairs renovation. With the things that we took away, there obviously will be a phase 2 eventually. And I'm not concerned about that once we get our funds and the money starts to roll in, whether it's in the winter of next year, whether it's we hold off for another year because we're dealing with the truck, in the fall and whatnot. It's going to be dependent upon, and not all of this is probably going to get done because we eliminated those windows. So getting rid of that, and then the upstairs, what was it, like a $13,000 window that they originally had? I think they said it was like a $13,000 window. It's like 72 by.
It was
72 inches tall, I know that.
72 by 16 foot long, and broke up in a commercial.
So it was like one.
It was like,
Yeah,
I
but
see.
$13,000, we're like, no, we're gonna cut this down, we don't need Ritz Carlton.
Now we got like 4 foot by like 6 foot,
I think it's 4 by
like 2
6.
of them or something, so it's still gonna be nice, but single pane glass.
But you don't have to have
It's just, it's one open window.
This is not a commercial luxury suite.
No, we're just here to house the guys so that they can be here to make calls, for the community, so. It doesn't have to be the Taj Mahal. We also don't want it, we want it done right. We want it done correctly. These specs went down to the type of door that we wanted to,
Yeah.
I didn't catch any of this because this is not my forte.
We got it.
Mike and
We
Chad.
got a lot of stuff, and it's stuff that gets the basics done, but we can almost, then the other phases, we can say, we can put this and put that, and get it finished up what we can. It just takes a little time. We just ain't got a ton of money right now.
So this is the additional appropriation.
make a motion on this or not?
We do have to make a motion on this, and then this is, what was put online for DLG. It has to be put in on there. That was done on, the 12th of March. Asking for 200,000 to go into the other services and charges under the fire territory general. Anyone that shows up to the meeting has the right to be heard, all of that, and then they will give us a determination within 15 days. We originally, and I think, if I'm correct, if it's the same as it's been, I know they changed the system. As soon as I put this in, it should tell me yay or nay whether they approve it tomorrow. So I should know, I'm assuming tomorrow, I would think the latest by Thursday or Friday, whether it's approved.
The additional appropriations.
Yeah, because DLGF has to approve it regardless whether or not you guys, like, if you approve it, and then it still has to go through their channels to be able to be approved through them as well, if that makes sense. It's a process, but then, I'll read this and then you guys can decide to make the motion. It's Tuesday, March 31st, 2026, whereas it has been determined that it is now necessary to appropriate more money than was originally appropriated in the annual budget now. Therefore, Section 1, be it ordained by the Union Township Trustee and Board of Union Township, Gibson County, that for the expenses of the taxing unit, the following additional sums of money are hereby appropriated out of the funds named and for the purposes specified, subject to laws governing the same. Fund name is 8705 is the fund. It's for the fire territory general. And it will go into the other expenses portion, so that will come from our cash balance for a total of 200,000. You guys do have to approve the amount. You have to approve or disapprove, and then you will sign yay or nay.
I make a motion to approve the 200,000 into the fire territory general.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 2-0. And then I'll have, gonna sign here. I hate spending money. Makes me sweat, or I'm telling you. It's easy. They're used to it. It's easy. Yeah, it's easy.
We're spending it for a good cause.
It is, and it has been, I said that to the guys that I met with, the contractors I met with, you know, I told them, I said, this has been, I can't even explain to you the labor of love this has been, so.
It's for a good cause and it's the best for our community here.
But the township, did we approve it?
The township is approving the additional appropriation,
Okay.
because,
Okay.
yeah, I know, it's confusing, because believe me, I was like, when I was doing the paperwork, I'm like, okay, and I even contacted Ron, because I wanted to double check. This needs to go through the territory, and this needs to go through the township. He's like, yes. He's like, you need to, the territory needs to, you know, yes, that this is being done, that they're okay with it, and then
But we don't have to actually.
township needs to be the one to approve it, since we're the provider unit. So,
I just want to make sure.
Another word that I use is, the township is the landlord.
yes, that's what
The
mine said.
the territory board is real rent, is rented.
Right.
And we are part of the territory, and we have to get okay, because we're working under the territory. So that's our way I look at it, trying to get it more.
I'm just trying to keep my
Jobs in a row.
Yeah, you guys' jobs are mixed together.
Okay. Mike's gonna give a little synopsis on the fire run. You weren't here for that part, were you, Seth?
No.
Okay. I didn't think you were, so if you'll mind, go get a little synopsis on that.
Yeah. Seth, what you're looking at there, yes,
I got it.
he's got it.
Okay.
So that's what you're looking at there. That is the breakdown in months You got fire, medical, and 1050, which is a rec. And then MA in front is mutual aid. That's when we go to other towns and areas like that. So it's broken down by months, and number per month and everything like that. And as you see, medical is way out there for us. And that's what, these are, we made 500, we were paged out 509 times last year. That is not how many we made, but that's how many times we got called to go on runs. So that breaks down to 42 runs a month on that day. So that's what you're looking at, on a breakdown of why we're doing what we're doing and to support what the, and this is what the town and township ask for us as a farm to do when they call us and stuff. So, and so that's just the numbers, is what it is. And that's what it all boils down to.
Okay. Any questions in regards to fire run update? Okay. We've already heard from Master Gardeners. I do have 2 certificates, so I have to do, and it's not necessarily I have to do it, but I'm doing it because starting in 27, trustees have to do continuing education and it has to be reported to the state. I'm going ahead and I've been doing it, but now they're giving us an option for these CE forms. This one, February 18th, I did was over the additional appropriation. They offer it 2 different times each day. You can either do it it's 10 and 2, but it's 9 and 1 our time. So I did that one in the afternoon. I did another one on budgets because the DLGF is changing our budget process. I did that one on March 18th, and they just sent us those forms yesterday. So I did that. I just need someone to certify that I did this so that I can give these to them stating that I did it.
We don't have to do anything.
We don't have to make a motion we don't have to make a motion or anything. If someone will just sign these stating that, yes, I did these, I have all the documents, I have this, you can't get this unless you didn't do it. So I had to have done it or I wouldn't have got this. Because I'm like, this is really not going to make any sense because you really can't tell whether or not I did this or not. So if you don't care to initial those, we did an ethics training at our township last year, at our township ITA board convention. I'm also putting that on there, going ahead and doing these 2. They're doing another one next month, or well, it starts tomorrow, April, on more budgeting because they're completely changing the system on how they're doing that.
So both of those are based on budgeting.
Budgeting and the additional appropriation. And then I just wanted to give you an update with the Senate Bill 270. That did pass through. Some townships will be absorbed, some townships will be absolved. They think it's somewhere in the range of 325 to 400. According to one of our local representatives, they think it's only 2 in Gibson County that will be affected. There is 10 townships. We should not be one of those that is affected. So that is good, and the territory is one thing that is obviously saving us. If you don't run fire, that automatically gets you 2 points. So we have multiple local adjacent townships that do not own their fires, their towns do, or their territories do. But since the territory is owned by the township, that is kind of our saving grace at the moment. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that. It will not, none of that, mergers can still happen. People can ask us to merge, because if you are already merged with someone, they can't force you to merge at the moment with the legislation that's been pushed through right now. So I don't know if anyone will want to merge or any of that. They have until 2029 is when it will start. 1/1 of 2029, they pushed it back a year from 28 to 29. There is a tool out on the DLGF. I've pretty well done most of it. Like I said, I don't think we're in any way, shape, or form going to come close. Most people are probably going to get 1 point for something. You're more than likely a township's going to get 1 point. And like they said, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's that they're trying to show what your points are for and how your process works. And if you're giving out township assistance, if you have an office, if you're running your fire, or if you're just a check writer that's sitting behind the desk, just here, you get, 1.3 million for fire this year, here's your check. You do what you want, So they're looking at the processes and trying to make it, and there's plenty of them that need to be made responsible. So that's kind of the update on that. I don't know any more on the truck. You guys don't know any more on the truck either? As far as we know, sometime in October, truck's coming.
We're actively, these are,
Yeah, these are on sites.
on sites for being sold, on that there, so, that's about it. I mean,
Yeah.
and we put on a couple members and we got a new application, so, things are going well as far.
But the sale of the old trucks were not, that'll come back to us too, right?
Yes, it'll come back to bids as well, yeah.
So, come back, yeah.
Yeah, and they're listed with a couple different vendors.
Two sides right now.
So hopefully, as we get closer, it's already April.
Yeah. It will be done.
I literally don't know where the months go. I have no clue. I know it just gets worse when you get older, but man, does it fly. Any, questions, comments, concerns, anything else that you guys have? Okay. And if you guys will make a motion to adjourn, we will adjourn the meeting at 7:20.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes 2-0, 7:20, and 6:44.
I got the other one.
Okay.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm a great good.
Oh,
They just told me how to do that
isn't that funny? We reached out now?
today. Well, I never done it.
Because it's been, okay, yeah, I guess it's, yeah. Gosh.